you. Look, I never get tired of saying this. Thank you, Senator John Ossoff. Okay, Georgia, starting tomorrow, we've got 10 days to victory, 10 days to destiny, 10 days to history. And I think you already know this, but Politics 101 says you got to introduce yourself. My name is Stacey Abrams, and I intend to be the next governor of the great state of Georgia. Now, folks look around and they wonder, is this possible? But I will remind you that in 2008, we defied the laws of politics and voted for hope and for change. In 2012, when they said we were done, we came back and we re-elected the 44th president of this United States. We defied the conventional wisdom to deliver generational change, and we are about to do it again, Georgia. We're about to do it again. But before I let y'all come and see the guy you came for, thank you. I'm here to say thank you to you. I want to say thank you to the workers and the warriors who survived a pandemic and came out on the other side. I want to say thank you to the resistors and the persisters who understood that we were in a pandemic of racial violence, of gun violence, of attacks on our right to vote and attacks on our freedoms. I want to say thank you to the families that stood strong when others looked down on you. I want to say thank you to the families that stood up when others were sitting down. We have come together in this moment because we know what is possible. We know that we deserve more in the state of Georgia than they've been telling us for a while. We know that by turning to each other instead of turning on each other, we can turn Georgia around. Look, Georgia, in 2018, I stood for this job, and while my application was not fully accepted, I spent the past 4 years believing in the possibility of Georgia. And because you believed with me, because you worked with me, we sent Kamala Harris and President Joe Biden to the White House. And because we're Southern, we sent not one, but 2 U.S. senators to the White House. We defied history again and again, and we will do it on November 8th, because that is who we are. We are one Georgia, and we believe in ourselves, and we believe in tomorrow. But we weren't done in 2021. We are not only going to return U.S. Senator Raphael Warnock to his rightful place in Washington, D.C. Look, we're going to make sure he has help. We're going to make sure that David Scott and Nikema Williams, that Hank Johnson and Lucy McBath, that they are joined by the dean of the delegation, Representative Sanford Bishop, because we're going to carry him across the finish line like he's carried us for so long. And right here in Georgia, right under that gold dome, we're going to make sure that I have some friends in January. We're going to have Charlie Bailey and Bee Wynn. We're going to have Jen Jordan and William Bodie. Nikita Hemingway, Janice Laws Robinson, Alicia Thomas Searcy. We're going to have candidates for Congress that cross the finish line, and we're going to have candidates for the state and Senate House. We're going to make sure that across the state of Georgia, the wave of blue never stops. Because, Georgia, our time is now. And starting tomorrow, we've got 10 days to change the world. Every election is a choice. And for so long, they've tried to make us believe that it's a choice between parties or personalities. But this time, we know it's different. This time, it's an election about the choice between someone who attacks our freedoms and someone who will protect our freedoms. Right now, we have a governor who only looks out for himself and other members of his old boys club. Well, apparently my invitation got lost in the mail, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the keys to the governor's mansion. Because okay? Look, for the last 20 years, men like Brian Kemp have tried to convince us that they have a poverty of resources. But you know, I know the answer. It's not a poverty of resources, it's a poverty of leadership, and we just struck it rich. We have a state government full of powerful men who like to give power to other powerful men. And they like to use that power to strip us of our freedoms to vote, our freedom to be safe from gun violence, our freedom to control our own bodies in the state of Georgia. But for the first time, we've got more than we ever could have expected. We've got a diverse ticket that looks like Georgia. And we've got $6.6 billion sitting in our coffers right now after we paid our bills, after we put 15% in our rainy day fund. We've got $6.6 billion now. My opponent wants to spend that money on his friends and his cronies. I want to spend it on you. As your governor, I will expand Medicaid as my first act in office. I will prove that in the South, we can protect the Second Amendment and protect second graders. I will raise teachers' salaries. I will support our workers. I will make sure our college students can go to technical college for free and that you can have a C average and still see your way to college in the state of Georgia. And I'm going to tell y'all a secret. We can do all of this, and we don't have to raise a dime in taxes. All we have to do is raise our expectations and change our leadership. And to put it more plainly, it's time to fire the governor and hire someone new. As your next governor, I intend to stand with you, not on you. I intend to invest with you and fight with you and serve you. I intend for our children to grow up safe and secure, not afraid and cowering. I intend for our small businesses to be front of mind, not last-minute thoughts. I intend to be the Maynard Jackson of Georgia. I will fight for women's rights because it took a man to break the promise of Georgia. It's going to take a woman to put it right. Look, I can listen to this all night, but we only got 10 days, y'all. Right now, we are seeing record turnout. And the press, no, because the press is trying to tell us it's a fluke. It's not a fluke, it's a fact. And the fact is, if we want to win, we're going to double down and we're going to show up and show out. So I'm going to give you a little bit of instruction. If you have a day to give to knocking and making phone calls, we need your help. I need everyone in this room to commit to spend the next 10 days turning Georgia blue. Look, I need you to call people and knock on doors. I need you to call people you haven't talked to for a while. I need you to call people you're mad at, call people who are mad at you. I need you to call people you owe money, call people who owe you money. I need you to call people you broke up with. Hey, look, let's make it the Democratic version. Call people you want to get with, but let's get it done. Because in 10 days, we will have more in the state of Georgia. And if you are with me, every time I point at you, I want you to say the word more. Say more. If you want more money in your pocket, say more. If you want more opportunity in your neighborhood, say more. If you want affordable housing in Georgia, say more. If you want Medicaid in Georgia, say more. If you want to save our hospitals, say more. If you want to save our lives, say more. If you want more freedom in our community, say more. If you want more for our seniors, say more. If you want more for organized labor, say more. If you want more for our children, say more. If you want more for our veterans, say more. If you want more for our seniors, say more. If you want to win, say more. Say more. Say more. Now let's get it done. And now, thank you. And now it is my honor to introduce our senator, our reverend, our leader, Senator Raphael Warnock.